What's good, everybody? Welcome to Whole Views. Thank you for clicking the thumbnail. Today we are looking at Killers of the Flower Moon. We're going to do a movie review. It's going to have spoilers because that's already out on streaming. So if you've seen it, we're going to talk about it. Let's start off with the positives. The movie was good on my scale. You know, I have a scale that goes damn good, which is like 9 to 10. Pretty damn good, which is like an 8-9, good, which is a like 6-7, all right, which is a 4.5 to a 6, and then trash, which is like a 3 and below. So those are the scales, and that's how the measuring and the ratings kind of work. Killers of the Flower Moon comes in at a good score. Now let's talk good about the movie. The performances were incredible. Leonardo DiCaprio brings the emotion throughout. He gives you a level of nuance and a level of mystery a little bit, to where you don't necessarily know all the things that he knows and all the things that he's a part of as you're watching it. Hands down, best thing about this movie is the story. The story is one that is gut-wrenching, and it's one that deserves to be told about American history. It was very educational, and at the same time, it was very hard to watch people do that to other people for 3+ hours. Martin Scorsese, as our director, does give us a few beautiful shots to open with, and then he continues to just masterfully direct everybody involved with the film. He's one of the best directors of all time. He's made some of the best movies of all times. I'm very high on Martin Scorsese, and I have to say that at this point in the video, so we can then get into the negatives and talk about the criticisms of the movie, because they aren't too kind to Martin Scorsese. So as a director, Martin Scorsese is great. We've already established that. But this movie, in my opinion, has nothing to it. The storytelling that they engage in here is not storytelling that is very special on its own. It's just a story. It's a powerful story, absolutely, yes. But the way that the story is told, there's no intrigue to it. There's no mystery to it. Everything that's happening on the screen is transparent as you're watching it. So if you're not a history person and you want to know the American history behind this story and told from this vantage point and just given to you in this way, then you can find this movie mundane. And I am a big history guy. I'm a history teacher of 15 years, and I found it mundane. I'll go back to the storytelling and talk about it in this way. Everything that you're getting is straightforward. So the movie opens up and you get the situation laid out with the Native Americans and the oil money and the people that are present in their lives and who are serving them. And then very quickly they show you like, hey, this person is working to acquire all the land rights from this one particular family. And that's the movie. It's just him being the devil for the whole movie and setting up murders and orchestrating murders and killing whole families to get land rights. And that's it. There's nothing else intriguing. There's nothing else like there's a mystery to it as to when this shoe's gonna drop and the people are gonna get caught. Like there's you watch the movie for most of it and assume that they're gonna get away with it because they've been so successful for so long in doing it. But to tell a story in that way and not give any kind of mystery or any kind of intrigue, I think it's just like kind of disappointing, and that's how I felt with the movie. You know, Martin Scorsese has a lot to say about the tentpole films and the blockbuster movies and the comic book movie genre in general. Every time somebody put a mic in front of him, they ask him, and he has plenty of thoughts to give on it. And my thought is just, those movies can captivate an audience. This movie does not captivate me as a fan of your work as well as the history behind this particular piece. And I think that says something, that a fan who expected big things to watch this film and just was let down. It's crazy because this movie is a movie that tells a story that has love, it has murder, it has betrayal, and you take all those things and you put it together in a package that somehow comes across as boring. The biggest thing that kept this movie from being ranked higher is one, the lack of intrigue, as well as two, a big issue for probably many moviegoers is the pace. This movie is 3+ hours long, and it tells a story, yes, that deserves to be told. Yes, that has a lot of elements to it. Yes, but it didn't need to be as long as it was. You're not hiding anything from us as an audience. The director here showed us in the marketing, hey, the white men present are going to be doing their damnedest to destroy this Native American tribe and take their land from them and get the rights, the legal rights to their land from them. And that's the whole movie. And there's nothing else underneath it or underlying it. There's some other stuff happening in it that's really cool, but there's nothing else to it. And so why does it take 3.5 hours to tell that story? I think that's just a misstep. That's just maybe Scorsese saying, I can do it, watch. And he didn't have to. Final thoughts on this movie is that this movie is very good. I don't want to be down or too much down on it. It's not trash. It's not just all right. It's very good. But I think very good for a movie with this level of expectations, with this director and some of his comments, as well as just how good this thing appeared to be from the marketing. Good isn't good enough. And I think a lot of people felt that same way. I haven't really looked around or heard anything, but let me know what y'all thought about it. Do you feel like it was underwhelming? Because that's the feeling I had. Talked to a few friends. That's the feeling they had. Big fans of Scorsese, and then you see this and it's like, it was a movie. It was good. But good should have been great in this case. Let me know your thoughts. And that's all we have for this one, y'all. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something good.